Darlings, I'm sorry. I really don't know what happened, but luckily I realized some few minutes later before I started pulling the tarot cards, right? Yeah, so I don't know where I ended off. I didn't even check the previous video because it just cut it off. I had to create some space, but here we are. Here we are. We're gonna pull some cards, okay? I don't know where we ended off. I honestly don't know because I said a lot of things after pulling all these cards. But yeah, let's clarify some of these things with tarot. Still, ooh, okay, these flipped already. Still bearing in mind the fact that we did speak about the channeled message, which is that not everybody is alive. So we started off with actually the Lovers card, Gemini energy. We have the Queen of Pentacles, and we have the Judgment card. Somebody here is not meant to be with you're not meant to be with a man, and if you so ever wish to have one, just so you know, it's going to be a struggle. I feel like you're gonna keep changing partners, or you're gonna keep getting men that are, I'm not going to say useless because that's a harsh word, even though that's the reality of today. But this man is not really going to be much help to you. I feel like the only thing they can really provide you with is sex. I feel like you're dealing with someone who is, this could be someone who's also experiencing childhood traumas, the kind that they're really having a difficulty to deal with, especially at their age. I'm hearing someone in their 40s or late 40s maybe. This could be someone who's actually grown and you know, it's like the print of childhood traumas that they have has stuck on them. It's a stain at this point. It can't be removed, all right? So this person has really adapted to still being this child, you know, this child that feels victimized, this child that still needs protection, this child that still needs love. Now, not to say that this kind of partner that you're going to get is someone that's going to be boring or not worth being with, but you should understand that they are going to have a bit of lack in those masculine qualities, or even, you know, things like communication, opening up, and all those things, because this person is going through a lot of childhood traumas, right? So I feel like, of course, because you're a healer, all right, such kind of males or such kind of females, for that matter, you could be a male healer. This could be your story over here, right? You're gonna gravitate, the kind of males that come to females that come towards you are going to be the kind that always need your help. In a way, they will always need your help. There's something about those qualities, okay? I'm getting this is connected to who you are. This is connected to your gift, especially if recently you're seeing all these things happening to you. Recently, people are judging you for your spirituality. Your gift is growing. You can't hide yourself. You can't hide it. You can't suppress it anymore. Your gift is coming out, all right? And it's like you feel compelled to just be yourself. This is you in the joy card. This is you connecting with the sun. This is you not giving a damn what anybody thinks anymore, right? This is you saying, oh, listen, this is my time. It's my time to shine. And I'm not shining through material, not necessarily, but some of you, of course, material could also be one of the things that you're shining with currently, which is perfectly okay. I tend to say if you can afford it, then shine, black child, shine, all right? But, you know, you're shining in a way saying, this is me, I'm expressing my gift, I'm connected. Some of you are actually still surprised by your gifts, okay? And it's like, you know, you want to help or you want to be yourself. Some of you, you are in a family setup where you don't really hide anything from your family. You tell them everything about yourself, and as a result, you know, you really can't help, you know, you don't care how anybody's looking at you. You have that whole vibe of, yeah, this is me, I got the gift, you know. I feel like some of you are being a little bit cocky with it and stuff, you know. You're kind of like giving everybody the attitude that, yeah, this is me, I can interpret dreams, or yeah, this is me, I can see what's happening in your life. You know, you're kind of like enjoying this gift, even though it's still new to some of you. For some of you, it's not new. You've just gotten a way to get control of the gift and know how to use it, right? So I'm also seeing with the Queen of Pentacles, this is you. You're likely going to be successful in anything that you do, okay, black child, whether male or female, because some of you are males and then you have a female ancestor that is guiding you, a female angel that is guiding you. Take what resonates with you, okay? People believe in ancestors and other people believe in angels, and you know, some don't even believe in those two, they just directly believe in God, right? But if you can look at it in a way, we do replace the Holy Spirit with one of those things, because they say the Son, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, they call the Trinity, right? The Holy Spirit is the mother. Christianity just doesn't like mentioning that fact, all right? There is no way you're going to talk about creation and you're going to mention a father, a son, and a spirit, okay? Unless you're trying in a way to say, yes, the spirit is God. Actually, God is a woman. But let's not get into that. That's a topic for another day. But yeah, in any way, and this trilogy, there is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, right? So what I'm seeing over here is that some of you, I really lost my point. Honestly, I think I shouldn't have gotten into that God is a woman thing, because it does kind of tend to cause some bit of cognitive dissonance. As much as I have done the research, I do believe my intuition guides me to the fact that actually if God were to appear now, the first impression we would get about God is that of a female, even though later on we would identify male traits in the very same God as well, because God is one, she is just both male and female, right? Let's not get into that. So I lost my point, but yeah, as I was mentioning the Holy Trinity, creation, you cannot mention creation, whereas we know that it takes a man and a woman to make a third person. But you want to mention three people that are part of creation, and you're going to say this is the spirit. But anyway, this is the female God. So for some of you, you are males, but then you have a female ancestor or you have a female angel. Angel, ancestor, whatever you call it, it's the spirit. It doesn't matter. It does not matter, okay? So the judgment card, I feel like some of you are dating younger people or older people. There's a sense, there's a vibe, there's a trend about you being so in love with younger people or older people. Listen, this is because of the spirit that is in you. Some of you are dating older people because your soul is that of an old person, right? People are not going to understand you. I told you, I said it to you guys before that, listen, these people are dead, okay? People who are alive, they will not judge you, okay? They may judge you, but they will judge you. They will actually look at what you're going through before judging you. And if they come to that conclusion, at least they've put in the work, to spiritually look into what you're going through, to psychologically look into what you're going through, right? And whatever they deduce, that's their baby, but at least they put some work into it. That's someone who's alive, right? But anybody who's not alive, they're going to judge you instantly because they believe in what media tells them. They are driven by what earth produces for them. Remember what I said. So if earth doesn't produce anything for them, if the media doesn't drive their thoughts, okay, if their boss doesn't tell them what to do, this is someone who wouldn't know where to go. This is the kind of people where if the sun was to disappear for 30 days, they would die. They wouldn't even last 30 days in a dark world, okay? A world where the only light we have is that of electricity and whatnot. We don't have natural light like the sun. But people like you would be able to navigate because you are naturally connected to the sun. Doesn't matter how far away it is. Doesn't matter whether it's nighttime, whether it's daytime, it really matters not. You are connected to the sun. So you're always going to feel the light. You're always going to see the light. You're always going to be guided in the darkness, right? So let's see what else is happening here. So for some of you, really, yeah, there's a bit of a confusion as well. I think your love life could be a confusion. I think really this is meant for some of you who are not meant to be with partners. I feel like you need to understand this. Not that you're not meant to be with a partner, but you're not going to settle with anybody. Nobody. Because for some of you, this is like a spiritual husband or spiritual wife, okay? Not in a bad sense, okay? People label these things and they forget to get into the context of what they really mean. Some of you have a spiritual husband or a spiritual wife, not because this is an entity that sleeps with you or no, this is an entity that basically saw that in your destiny there really isn't really happiness in a marriage for you, so they are going to take over and rather make you this Queen of Pentacles, this one who concentrates on shmani, on the money, everything possible, anything beautiful, anything you can hustle. But when it comes to commitment, you're going to be committed spiritually, okay? You're going to be committed spiritually. And this has to do with communication. So some of you are into communication. This could mean that you basically talk to people on the daily basis. Your words, your explanation, your whatever you have to say seems to matter to certain people. It helps them, it guides them. It actually makes them feel at ease about the world. These are the type of people, not everybody, not all of them, but most of them are the type of people, as I said, that depend on the earth to produce for them. And I said, this is you, this is your energy, Virgo energy. You are the earth energy. So you are this earth that is giving them life. Through communication, you're giving them ideas, thoughts, okay? You are improving their intellect. You're telling people things that they never looked at before. You're making them research. You're making them curious, okay? So you're actually making other people alive. You get it? Two of Swords, Libra energy. Let's see what's the Two of Swords, though. I'm a bit confused. So we already have two major arcanas. Listen, I feel like currently your life is taking a different turn. Currently your life is taking a shift. Some of you're going to see it happening. Spring season and autumn season are one of the most favorable season for changes to happen, because those happen to be also one of the seasons where, change in the weather is happening, or really a change in the tropic is happening, right? The tropic is also controlled by the sun, right? The solar system. Now, let me just hint before we get into that about this being a great time for some of you to be experiencing changes. There's a concept of the weather being controlled, which is very true, okay? Very true. As human beings, we're very naughty. We're very curious. Of course, God gave us the ability to create, and we just went away with it, okay? Some of us, I'm not counting myself in there. I don't know if you're in there, okay, darling? That's you and your God and your business. Not your God, there's only one God, but that's between you and God, right? But some people have become so curious, they actually have started experimenting with the weather, they have started manipulating the weather, and this is why we are experiencing this global warming effect and certain things where, summer isn't really summer isn't as hot as it used to be, okay? Winter isn't really that winter. For some of you, you don't really get as cold, or it gets way too extremely cold to an extent where it feels like there's a glitch in the matrix somewhere. It shouldn't be this cold where people are dying and whatnot, right? But anyway, coming back to that, yes, winter. So still the tropical, the solar flare, the solar system still controls weather as it should have been. The world has always been divided in four. Not always, actually. It has been divided in 4 seasons, and before, back then, the Egyptians actually had divided it into 3 seasons. So between spring and autumn, it was kind of like the same kind of vibes. There was only summer, the season in between summer and winter, and then there was winter. But then as time went on, as the weather, changed, I think that also, people who are deep into that will help you understand more. I always refer to, what is her name? How can Afro Savvy? Okay, that's not the name, but that's the name of the channel. Go check out Afro Savvy. They have quite a few videos up there. They will explain for you guys what does it really mean when the degrees change and the orbit shifts and the weather gets affected, and how okay, let's let that pass. I'm sorry about that. They will explain to you guys, what affected weather and the seasons, and how they did that. They eventually ended up being 4 instead of 3 that they used to be, as the Egyptians were calculating them, right? So I'm trying to say to you guys that a lot of you, because if out here in the southern hemisphere we are going through autumn season, a lot of you out there in the northern hemisphere as well are going through spring season. So those are 2 of the seasons where changes actually take place, shifts take place, whether good or bad. Okay, bro? So you may be feeling confused. Certain things don't make sense. I feel like some of you don't want to decide, or you're making decisions. You feel like you're making wrong decisions. One morning you want to do it, the next morning you don't want to do this thing anymore. It's just a bit of a confusing period with the moon energy being over here as well. Yes, you are too much in your thoughts. In fact, I feel like you need to apply some emotional intellect, right, at this point, because some of the decisions you may be making, maybe, they may be rushed. Okay, you may be thinking fast. With the 2 of Swords, anybody who's confused, Swords are all about the mind as well, right? Thoughts, Swords and thoughts. Don't confuse that. I just did, so don't be me. This is a period where you're too much in your thoughts, and this can cause you to think fast. Anybody who's confused just decides fast, and they usually make a wrong decision because you have to decide in the moment, right? So don't be that person. What else is here? Let us clarify completion. Ooh, look at this. Okay, so there's something you haven't done. Some of you, I feel like you haven't completed your spiritual training, spiritual classes, spiritual school. Some of you actually paid for the services and you haven't completed. You know yourself. Someone just crossed my mind, right? But I feel like you're at the point now where you feel like, yep, I gotta put in the work. This is it. So you're feeling regret. For some of you, you feel like a spilled milk. Some of you actually lost this opportunity. You seem to have lost some sort of an opportunity to learn or to upgrade yourself spiritually. Do not regret. All you have to do right now is put in the work. Crying over spilled milk is not gonna help. Okay. Also, I feel like someone is tired of being bullied. There's something about someone being tired of being bullied. This could also be applying to this. I said that some of you, as your gift is growing, it's really causing friction with other people. They're starting to look at you as sideways. They might even want to victimize you, call you a witch, do this, do that, badmouth you. That's what dead people do because you scare them. Your energy scare them. Your thoughts, your ideas, what you say, how you think, the things you see, even your vibration, your presence, it scares them. So what do you expect? Scared people act crazy. They say crazy stuff. They become creative, except that they become creative in a negative way because they are scared. All right. So they are reflecting on their fears and they're going to paint a story about you, a fearful story about you for that matter, just because they don't understand you. You scare them. There's something about you. 10 of Wands. This is Sagittarius energy. Listen, some of you are at a point where like, I don't give a damn. You really don't give a damn what people think about you. I see you going everywhere with whatever you need to. Like if you've got candles and whatnot, really, man, some of you have chosen a type of religion or spiritual practice that requires you to wear certain type of clothes, and you're out there, man. I feel like you're out there doing you. You don't give a damn. You're going about your day. People look at you sideways like, what's that? Because I remember, was it Muslim people? I think, I'm not sure, I could be, I speak under correction, I could be wrong, but I think it used to be them where people would see them and they would start running because there was a whole thing of the bombing and whatnot. It was really unfair for the whole community to be affected by a few individuals who decided to act evil. But I'm glad, I think at this point that sort of thing has been cleared. But hey, the world is big. So there might be countries, you might be watching this from a country where people still look at you sideways for being a Muslim or something. Still people, look at, maybe you're boarding a train, you're in a plane, I don't know where you're at, but maybe people still judge you, okay? But doesn't really necessarily have to be the Muslim religion. It could also be whatever practice you're into. I know here in South Africa we have African spiritualists. Some of them are required to wear certain type of cloths. Okay, some of them walk bare feet. All right, their hair is it has red soil from the sea. Okay, that's also another topic for another day. I think I'll do that from my South African channel. Okay, should I get a chance, I'll do that, because that soil and why they need to apply it on the head, that's a very deep, significant thing. All right, let me just summarize it by saying we are indeed children of the soil. All right, so the African spiritualists, they walk around like that. So some people look at them sideways, plus people have their mysticism, people have their myths as well, okay, about African spiritualism. So whenever one walks around looking like that, people look at them sideways. Okay, so whatever practice you're into, I feel like you don't even give a damn. You're out there, praising it, being proud of yourselves, working hard, putting in the work. You don't give a damn. You're going on about your day. You don't give a damn what people think. What else is here? And you should be. You should be. These people are dead. They don't know what's happening with you. How could you worry yourself like that? King of Pentacles. King of Cups, actually. Really, you guys, I really feel like this is a reading for somebody who needs to accept that when it comes to their love life, they have not been awarded with a King of Cup. Okay, like even if you try to build a King of Cup for yourself, they'll end up betraying you, they'll end up walking away, they'll end up hurting you in a way. Okay, you could be this Queen of Pentacles hard worker. Okay, you could make all the money for yourself, or you could just be very good at maintaining yourself, right? And at this point, it seems like it really does not matter who you get, even if you spend on them, even if you spoil them, okay, whether you're male or female, whatever partner you get, even if you give them love, okay, you're always going to end up walking away from them, or they're going to walk away from this love, because simply you're not meant to be with a person. You see, it's not a Queen of Cups and a King of Cups. It's a Queen of Pentacles and a King of Cups, all right? So whoever you're with will always feel like you don't have time for them, or they will not be able to, they'll be in it for the money. They'll look at you and, this is you. So when they look at you, they see money. And when you look at them, you see love. So there'll always be some sort of contradiction when it comes to you and your love life and your partners. That is simply because this is something that is in your destiny. I'm really sorry. I feel like it's not like you cannot have a partner. You cannot have somebody to be with, right? You just can't commit. You can't say, I am giving myself to you. You already belong to somebody, and that is God. God chose you for themselves. And in this lifetime, God said, listen, I'll give you everything, Virgo. I'll give you everything. You're not going to worry. You're not going to stress. But you're not going to have a partner. Can we have that? That's a deal between you and God. Somebody's going to come out and say, oh, that sounds evil. Are you trying to get people to be with entities? And no, listen, don't be stupid. This is the very same God that made sure that people don't get kids. There's people who can't have kids, okay? Very innocent people who've never done anything wrong. They still can't get kids. That's God's destiny. That's God's way, God's choice. God has a plan for them. So this can, yes, be the very same God who says, no, you don't get married in this lifetime because I have plans for you. Okay, so this has nothing to do with evilness. We just must stop, because I really feel like people who give evilness so much power, they really underestimate God. If you're going to say there's the devil and there's God, you're really underestimating God. And then still, when you put it like that, there's people who are like, what do you mean? So you're one of those people who are trying to confuse people. You want to lose people by saying God is the devil. No, I'm not saying God is the devil. I'm saying God is God. He's just as much capable of evilness. And so if you're going to come out here and say, no, there's actually God and the devil. Oh, so where does that put God? So God is not that mighty, is he? Because then there's someone who equals him with power. Someone who's opposing his energy with negative energy. What are we saying? We need to understand there's only one God. There's only one most greatest power, which is that of God. So everything that happens, you best believe God is responsible. God says it in so many ways in the Bible. But people still refuse to believe it, that God is capable of evil. So I really feel like some of you need to decide. Are you going to accept your faith, or are you going to keep fighting it because you're going to keep changing partners? You could be investing your time in more things. You can still get a partner, just don't expect to get committed. Look at you. This is you. This is your energy. 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles and 8 of Pentacles. Really? Whack. You can put in all the work in your love life. You're not going to see as much fruit as you will see when you put in your work into your career, your calling, and who you're meant to be doing in this life. Basically, your life purpose, right? This is Virgo energy. It keeps popping up. It keeps popping up. So some of you work in the health department. You are a healer, all right? You could have started medicine. You're interested in studying medicine. You're working at a hospital. Maybe you're not even you're not the medicinal staff member, right? Maybe you're doing other tasks in there, but I feel like you're working for the Department of Health or something like that. 4 of Swords. Thinking of changing of career. Yeah, because chosen ones never last long in one career until they find their calling. Chosen ones don't have a career, you got a calling. Anybody else who's not really chosen in this lifetime, or who's been given rather, their destiny has been put in their hands. That's something else you can see on your birth chart. There's people whose destiny has been set, and then there's people whose destiny has been put in their hands to play around with if they would like. I really do wonder, what did they do in their previous lifetime to be awarded such a thing? But not everybody does well. Some people do end up fucking up, all right? Do fuck up their destiny, even if it's put in their hands, to do away with it, right? Of course I fucked up. Who never fucked up? Hands in the air. No hands. You trust me to give you a different version of a song, just because I'm bad with tunes and hymns and whatnot. So I will lose the tune, but you know which song I'm talking about, right? So I feel like at the end of the day, you need to understand that you're going to keep fucking up when it comes. Oh, look at you. Look at you. I keep shuffling here. I'm trying to find a moment, to pull some cards out, but this fell. Let's go with this. I think we're gonna cut it short after this. We're gonna not really short. It's long already. It's already long. We're gonna cut it after these ones. I'm not pulling any more cards after these. We have the 4 of Swords, the Ace of Wands. This is you. Look at you, boo boo. Look at you. Isn't this beautiful, man? This is beautiful. This is you saying, yeah, teach me, God. I'm here. I feel like some of you have been through a period recently that really had you thinking a lot. Okay, you could have experienced some sort of a breakup, but your life has taken a shift. As I said, your life is taking a shift, or has taken a shift, and it put you in your thoughts. You've been planning, you've been deciding, organizing in your mind. How do you go about your life right now? And God is saying, hey, I'm here. And you willingly seem to be, ready to be taught. It's like man, you're going back to your old ways. You're connecting with God. You've been humbled in a way, or one way or another. Some of you have been humbled by a dick, meaning a man. Sorry. This is supposed to be like, a very... I plan to make this one very clean, because we're talking about you, your gift, your struggles, your troubles, and what you and God have said in front of yourselves, like, what am I even saying? But yeah, the cursing really just gets to me. I'm sorry. I have like, I think it is a 2-minute video. I'm still editing it. I'm still, adding in a few graphics and whatnot. The video is basically about me explaining this whole thing about me cursing and trying to stop the cursing, So look out for it. It's probably going to be on my Instagram. Yeah, very soon. I don't know when. But you'll see it when you see it. It's probably going to say something about cursing, because that's something deep. I looked into that about myself, that, hey, listen, I know ever since you started speaking English, you've been cursing. That is because most South Africans, or rather, the whole world has been influenced by American English, right? Black African Americans for that matter, all right? So, yeah. But anyway, Yeah, this is you basically saying, God, teach me, show me how. I'm ready. I'm listening. Okay, I want to meditate. I want to talk to you. I want to listen. I want to listen to the birds. Okay, you're gonna seem crazy to other people with your mysticism. People are gonna be like, "Oh, you crazy nowadays? You're listening to the birds? Yeah, you know what you're doing. Don't mind these people. You're going through your spiritual lessons. You're going through your spiritual classes. All right, boo boo. You're a page at this point. You're a student. You're a apprentice of the universe. And look at this, it comes with power, more money. I'm hearing stability. This is what God has always promised you if you surrender. And this is you surrendering. Four of Swords, Page of Wands. This is you surrendering to your calling. You're saying finally, okay, this is me. All right, I give in to the spiritual realm. So you lie down and you're like, okay, let the body sleep. I want to operate on the spirit now. Okay, God, let me see with my spiritual eye instead of my physical eye. I'm ready. I'm reporting as a student with my whole attire and my wand. Just like Harry Potter reporting at school and getting his wand. Remember, he had to get a wand before he entered the school, right? No, actually, I think, where did he get the wand? Was it before? Or was it at the school? I'm not sure. But yeah, this is basically you getting your lessons, Harry Potter. Okay, female Harry Potter, we're going to call you Mary Potter. So whether you're Harry Potter or Mary Potter at this point, you have surrendered to your gift, to your calling, you're ready to be taught, and God is saying, yep, look what I got for you. It is really unfortunate. I don't feel like, because you see, this is power. I feel like you have command, you have respect. You basically have manifestation at the tip of your fingers. And with all of this comes stability. Whatever you decide is going to happen. Whatever business you open is going to flourish. People are going to start saying things like, oh, he got a snake, because the Ace of Wands could also be like a snake. Oh, he got a snake, or she got a snake. Oh, she's using some sort of dark magic. People are going to start talking because this is what you achieve. But as I said, fortunately, there really isn't some love per se for you. There isn't stability when it comes to love or marriage. You can have a partner, but you can't be committed. Chosen ones, light workers, F angels, star seeds. What other names are there? What else are you calling yourselves out there? High priestesses, high priests and high priestesses, emperors and empresses, kings and queens, whatever the earth. Okay, you guys, I really hope that it resonated with you. This was a reading. Do check out part 1 of this reading. This is only part 2. What else do I want to say? For some reason, my outro is running away as usual. Do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. Listen, if you're interested in t-shirts, holla at me. My t-shirts are still available, okay? Jeez, man. It just hit me now that I have really abandoned the t-shirt project because I haven't even been wearing them per se. So some of you are probably wondering which t-shirts. Where's the link to the website? Dololo link. Okay, let's not get into that. But just so you know, those of you that have seen them and been planning to buy, because some of you are still buying, I'm actually advertising locally and whatnot. And on the digital part, I'm not that hands-on because there's someone who's doing the local advertisement for me. So I'm sorry. I'm going to try to be hands-on with the digital part of things. I'm really going to work on that, okay? Guys, I love you. Listen, Oh, of course. Personal readings are open. They were supposed to close on the 22nd of April, but there's been a slight change of plans. So the readings are still open, okay, until further notice. So if you're interested, holla at me. Do not forget to like, share, subscribe. Until next time, darlings.